Good morning, everybody. Payne Blade back here again from Server 1, representing IC and Tribes Lab. And today, guys, we're going to be doing the Payne Showcase finally. I know a lot of you have been waiting for it, and I have been a little bit hesitant on doing it just because I wanted to get him up enough in order to showcase his true potential. So we're finally there. I hit him about 42K now. So let's just jump into it, guys. Let's not waste any time. Let's see what Payne is about. Now, as you saw by my title, I call him Payne Tachi. So Payne is very much a T nuker. So essentially, he's a DPS with a ton of nuking ability, just like Itachi is. The only difference is he doesn't nuke as hard because he's a T unit, but he brings a ton of support with him. So we're gonna go through all of his kits and take a look at that. But first, let's look at his artwork. I love this personally. He looks so damn like royal. He looks like royalty. He's sitting on a damn throne. The colors are phenomenal here. I personally like the 3-star better than the 5-star art. If you haven't seen the 5-star, you can go back into the event section and take a look. But I've only got him at 4 right now. But I think the colors are perfect here. His demeanor is perfect, completely empty inside, soulless, as we all know. A lot of the Paynes are that way. And I think they depicted this picture very well. I think also the the way they've created Payne is great. I just wish he was an A unit, not a T unit or a D unit. We just got way too many T's. But anyways, nonetheless, let's go through his stats here. Take a look. Now he is a crit character. So as you can see here at 4 stars, he's already got 26% crit rate, and he's got 22.8.9% crit damage, which is insanely high for a T unit. So Payne is definitely a damage dealer. He deals a ton of damage and brings a ton of support with him. So don't sleep on this character. If you're missing like some of the higher end T units like Sasuke Kirin or Deidara, then definitely add Payne to your team. Payne will bring in a ton of damage as well as support. So as you can see the rest of the stats, though, they're kind of mediocre. The one you really want to increase, though, when you have a chance is the damage increase rate when you get them at 5 stars, which you will do through the event, obviously, if you've been playing through it, which is the FG event, but damage increase rate will boost the rest of his damage up substantially. What he does lack, though, of course, is the defensive end of things, where he lacks the guard rate, the guard suppression rate, of course, which is to go through the guard rate of others. So that I'm kind of surprised that he's lacking a little bit, but the rest of his stats look phenomenal. But he is very squishy, I will tell you that. But to supplement that, because he's a T unit, as you can see in the bottom, he's got a ton of HP. So that's the one good thing about T units. Of course, they are jack of all trades, and he does have a ton of HP to back him up in terms of his defensive ability to survive in arena. All right, let's take a look at his link bonuses. So in order to take full advantage of him, he does require quite a bit, to be honest. He requires Itachi and Conan. He requires Hidan and Kakuzu, and he requires Jiraiya and Naruto SR. So the all of them, every single line has a UR, which makes this a lot more difficult to make Payne useful. So if you do have all the links, then all the power to you. Use him. He will bring a lot to your team. But if you don't have some of these links, it will definitely drop him a little bit. Now, the defensive one isn't as important, obviously, but the HP one, because he's a T unit, and the attack one, of course, because he's a nuker, is pretty much required in my opinion. Now, tribe specials are kind of unique for him. If you use him in Conan, he does the God and Angel Judgment. But if you use him in combination with or Conan and any of these other tribes, they all bring a different effect. Now they don't do any damage, but they all do some sort of a boost to your team for the rest of the battle, and they do something to the enemy. So that's kind of unique. The animation's all the same from what I've seen so far. But it's kind of cool if you use these in Abyss when you have like 3 Akatsuki that aren't that good with Payne in your group that may be good, and then you want to boost up the rest of your 6 squad just to make them more powerful. These are actually a good tribe to use for that purpose alone. So like bring in a bait team, for example, right? So definitely worth it. I'm curious to see what they do with these with the new tribes upgrade. So yeah, let's get into his gear. Now his speed is not bad. He's a middle class speed character, so he isn't too bad. Let's take a look at his skills. So universal pull. So deals damage to one enemy, boosts his own critical rate by 55%, which is huge, right? So he does that first. So he'll boost his own critical rate, then do the damage. So he's gonna most likely crit right away. So if he doesn't kill the enemy, he'll boost all he'll boost all allies' damage reduction rate by 16.46% for the rest of the battle, which is amazing. And if he does kill the enemy, he actually boosts the damage increase rate for all of the allies in the team. for the rest of the battle, which is huge. So that stacks, guys. So that's going to stack as long as he keeps doing his jutsu. These are going to continue stacking. So having someone with chakra abilities to provide him will be phenomenal for him. But he, like I said, he brings a ton of support and damage. So not only is he boosting his critical rate, but he's also boosting either damage reduction rate for all the allies for the rest of the battle, or he's increasing the damage increase rate. Remember, these all stack. These are buffs that will stack with other characters. All right. So no Payne. Now, this one is interesting because he lowers the damage reduction rate for one opponent for the rest of the battle by a substantial amount. 30% is crazy for a skill 2, but it's only one enemy. Where Sasuke Kirin, for example, lowers it by 12% for all enemies. So it's like a catch-22, right? So these don't stack, but the higher percentage one will always take over. So if you have them both in the same team, Kirin will lower everyone's by 12%, and then whoever Payne hits will lower by 30%, nullifying the 12 on that specific target. So it is a very good move, especially if you're fighting like a tank and you need to take out tanks quicker. Now, of course, he's got the HP large. I've only got it at 50, as you guys can see. And then Invincible God. He boosts his own damage rate by 9.3% at the start of any turn after an enemy has been defeated. Sorry, let's go back into that. And then he also boosts own damage reduction rate at the start of any turn after an ally has been defeated. So this is the one that's kind of reliant on which one you do first, killing an opponent or not, or losing an ally. So he will boost his own um, stats based on that, right? Now his LB2, which you can't get yet because his Payne's weapon won't drop, but I'll just show you what it does. Boost own critical damage increase rate if the user is active at the start of the turn. So that's kind of cool. So so his Jitsu boosts his own critical rate up, but this one actually boosts his critical damage up at the start of the turn. So that's huge. Okay, so he definitely is like a hybrid of Hinata for that, where he boosts his own critical rate and boosts his own critical damage rate, or even Kakashi if you want to compare it to. But in terms of his fourth skill, it's very similar to Itachi's, and that's why I call him I named him Pain Tachi's because he pretty much has the same Shinobi trait, as well as very similar nuking abilities, but he's a T unit, right? So now with gear, I've only got him to 65, 50, 45, 45. Talismans, I got to 45 and 45. Vitality, I got him to 19 here. I wanted to max this one out, but I didn't have a chance to because of Ryo issues, obviously. And his chakra is actually not bad. You can actually max this out and perform his jutsus very often. So I would highly recommend to do that because he does get bonuses from an ally dying or an opponent dying. So that just adds more to the fuel to the fire for him. All right, so let's actually jump in and put him in the team. And let's put in an arena match in and let's see how he does. I'm actually going to do a live arena match with you guys today. I actually haven't had a chance to even put him in a team yet. So who am I going to replace here? You know what? Let's replace Itachi. We're going to do a heavy T team today because he is a nuke. We're going to see how well he performs by replacing my character. Let's see how he does here. All right, guys. So let's jump into the arena. I haven't done any matches today. So we'll start off with light and we'll just see how his performance is and we'll just do the one match and we'll go from there. So Mondo, Famon, let's do Famon. Now I am a lot faster than Famon, so this is just to test out Payne's abilities, right? So let's see how he does. Now I've got him in with two other stunners, and you do that obviously because you want to take advantage of the stuns. And you want Payne to start killing people, or even if he doesn't with his Jitsu, that's fine. So we start off here in the beginning, see how he does. So attack up, damage increase rate up, critical increase rate up. That's all from other buffs. He has no buffs that he's given himself yet because no one's died, right? As you can see here, he didn't do his special 2. So let's see, 37k. Not the worst damage. Of course, and that's the thing, like a lot of his attacks, his specials specifically, in terms of damage, will come from his Jitsu or his second skill. Like his physical attack, his plain one, doesn't do enough to justify using him as like a main character for me. I would never put him on my main team. But if you're lacking a nuker and you want somebody who can do a lot of damage throughout the fight, and you need a buffer, he's a good character to add. He just doesn't fit in my squad, unfortunately. So let's see how the rest of this goes. So we're gonna rotate back now into using Payne here. So let's use Jitsu now, guys. Let's see if we actually kill somebody. We might actually be able to get some of the buffs here. Even if we don't kill somebody, you'll get to see at least. You'll at least get to see the damage increase up, right? So we'll see Cherry Blossom first, which will be a stun or an AoE attack. There's one stun, and let's see if Payne kills somebody. I love this animation for a special, though. It's pretty damn awesome. So 138k. So as you saw there, he didn't kill anybody, but we ended up getting damage reduction rate up. So that's a bonus for us. So that's a really good buff, guys. If you guys don't know how good that is, like if you can stack 16% rate reduction every time he's just like you'll eventually hit 100% if an arena match lasts long enough. And again, even if you don't and you get damage increase rate up by killing an opponent, it'll stack with someone like Sasuke Kirin's, Asura does, or other characters, right? So it's really, really good to have either way. So let's just see here. Kill a few of the guys. There's one down. Probably get a stun off here. Oh, no, no stun. And that's okay. Let's see what else we got. So he's going to do a tribe here, and I'm most likely going to block it. Oh, no, he's doing co-op. He doesn't have any more tribes anymore. So let's see what happens here. Let's see if we can get another Payne second skill maybe go off. So now he's officially made everyone on my team a lot tankier, right? So that's kind of the whole point here of having him on the team. It's either he's going to make your team tankier or he's going to make your team more powerful in terms of how much damage they pull off. So let's see. He's got another Jitsu, so let's see if we can pull off another kill here, or at least a kill here with him. And if not, that's fine. We can still see the damage rate reduction increase. But as you saw, he did about 135k to a T unit, which isn't the greatest in terms of damage, but it's still enough because of the buff, right? So here we go. So he killed him. Now you just saw my character's damage increase rate up for everybody. Now Kakashi should hit a lot harder, right? So that was a D unit, which is his counter, and he still did 363k. So there you go. So that's what makes Payne so unique, right? He brings so much to the table with his damage, but not only his damage, sorry, but also because of the buffs that he provides you. So definitely, guys, if you're looking for a buffer that gives you both defense and offense plus some nuking abilities, Payne is great for that. And he's only going to get better as you get his weapons and you get his LB2 up, and you can also buff up the rest of his stats, right? By putting in orbs or awakening scrolls, etc. So there you go. That was that fight there. So again, guys, that's Payne essentially in a nutshell. I personally like if you're a veteran player, he's going to be great for links purposes for you, but he probably won't fit necessarily in your team as one of your main guys. If you're, for example, a whale, there's just better options for T units. But if you're a new player and you're looking for a really hard hitting character with some buffs, Payne is definitely good for that. So that's my suggestion, guys. I think he's great personally. It doesn't fit in my squad, unfortunately, but he will fit in a lot of other people's squads. But he will definitely be a link for Jiraiya, most likely the new Jiraiya that's coming out, the Sage mode, and probably Naruto as well, Sage mode, and probably a few others, to be honest with you. And he also provides the Akatsuki three-man tribes to a lot of folks. But I mean, you can use Conan for that as well too. But she's a very mediocre character in comparison. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a happy Sunday, and we'll talk soon.